It's okay to be depressed. I've been there myself. I still struggle with it sometimes. And I know what it's like. The sadness, the lack of motivation, the anger. I think the worst times were when I felt nothing. Just empty. I didn't even feel human. I didn't feel like a person. And that's what finally got me to go and see a doctor. We talked about antidepressants. It was surprisingly easy, and I tried one. It gave me some pretty bad headaches, so I tried a different one, and it went well. It took a few weeks for it to take effect, but I felt so much better just having done something about it. Like I'd finally taken a step in fighting off depression rather than just letting it happen. The day that I did something about it, that I went to the doctor, I felt so much better. And part of that was going outside and getting some sun. And part of that was doing something important, something that took control of my life back from depression. And part of it was pride. Feeling good about myself that I'd actually done something. I still have my good days and bad. Sometimes I really don't feel like doing anything. Sometimes I can get a little empty or sad or mopey. But honestly, I'm so much better than I was. And I know how hard it can be. But it does get better. You can beat this. See, the thing about depression is that it's a self-propagating illness. An object at rest stays at rest. And right now, conditions in your brain are perfect for depression. And depression wants to keep it that way. It has to, right? Otherwise, you just stop being depressed. So your depression is going to keep you feeling bad. It's going to stop you from doing anything that would make you feel better, that might fight off depression. It's going to make you think negatively, assume the worst, that everything's going to fail, that there's no point in doing anything. There are people who mean well that are going to tell you just think positively, or get some exercise, or eat better. And they don't realize that depression stops you from doing the kinds of things that would help you to not be depressed anymore. That's why it's so tough to shake. You can beat it, but it takes change. You have to shake things up. Depression's all settled in. It's got its chair set up all nicely. The temperature's just right. It's all comfy and cozy there. And it wants to keep things that way. So you have to fight that. You have to cause a little chaos. You have to shake things up and make depression uncomfortable. You need to make changes. Otherwise, depression's just going to stay there. But that change doesn't always have to be big. It doesn't have to be sudden. It can be slow and gradual. That's okay. But depression is going to fight you every step of the way. It's going to kick and scream. It's going to trick you into thinking that you don't want to make changes. You're going to have to try and push past that. Okay? Your depression is going to hit you with everything it's got. It's going to hit you with waves of lethargy. It's going to sap your motivation, your energy. It's going to try and convince you that you aren't even depressed, that this is normal, or that you're making it up, or that you deserve to feel this way. That's a lie. You have a mental illness, and you can't let it trick you into thinking that it's invisible. Remind yourself of that. When you try to fight it, it's going to make you assume that you'll fail, or that there's no point in trying. Don't listen. I promise you that isn't true. Your depression is lying to you so that it can keep hanging around. That's just what it does, because otherwise you wouldn't be depressed. It needs to keep those depressed conditions constant and stable so that you stay depressed. It's going to make you afraid of change. It's going to make you feel weak and vulnerable so that you avoid things that might potentially fight off depression. You're going to try and protect yourself from things that you think you can't handle. But that's mostly just depression stopping you from making any changes to the comfy little habitat that it has inside your brain. And antidepressants can really help with that. They can make depression have less of a hold on you so that you can more easily do the things that fight off depression. But it's still going to be you that fights it off. You have to decide to do those things. You have to fight against your brain and shake things up. Change the conditions so that depression can't just keep living it up inside your brain. And here's the thing. You are not your brain. You're more than that. Your depressed brain is running the show, but, pardon my French, it's doing a pretty shitty job of things. I mean, look where you are right now. You're way off course. Conditions are terrible. The crew is miserable. So it's time to stage a mutiny. I'm taking over, okay? I'm in charge. I'm the captain now. And first order of business, I want you to smile. I know, you don't feel like it. You're all mopey and depressed. I get it. But that's what your brain is telling you. And it's not in charge anymore, remember? You're an adult, and you can make your own decisions. You don't have to listen to your brain. Say, fuck you, depression, you're not my dad. This is your choice. You get to decide what you do and don't do. Not your depression, not your feelings, you. But right now, I'm taking temporary control. I'm acting captain. Because right now, you need a little help. And that's okay. So, make yourself smile. For me, okay? It's scientifically proven to make you feel better. It's a neat little trick. It makes your brain think that you're happy, and then you feel happy. It's okay not to feel like smiling, but do it anyway. Nice big smile, okay? For me. Come on, I'll do it too. Are you ready? 3, 2, 1, go. This is already making me feel pretty good. I probably look like an idiot, but I don't care. It feels nice to smile. Try it more. Try a nice big grin. Nobody's going to look at you or judge you. Just smile with me, okay? I'm really proud of you. I know how hard it can be to overcome those feelings, to override what your brain is telling you and do something that you don't feel like doing. But those feelings of not wanting to are your depressed brain trying to stop you from doing something helpful. And we're not going to listen to those orders anymore, because there's a new captain in town. Sometimes it's going to be tough to ignore those feelings, and that's okay. But ignore them whenever you can. Force yourself to do something, even if you don't feel like it. Bit by bit, you'll get stronger. That willpower will build up, just like building up a muscle. You can exercise it even more by doing something called mindfulness meditation. That exercises the part of the brain that is responsible for willpower and joy and all sorts of other good things. But you can exercise your willpower by just pushing through those feelings and doing something as an act of resistance against your depression. You're not going to be strong right away, but little things will add up over time. You'll get stronger and stronger. I want you to do something for me each day, okay? Listen to an upbeat song. Even if you don't feel like it, you can endure a couple minutes of noise. Maybe even dance to it. As silly and dorky as you like. Dancing's good. I'm a terrible dancer and I don't like to dance, but even I will admit it can feel good when I do it in the privacy of my own home, where no one could ever possibly see me. Just try it for me, okay? And tomorrow, stand out in the sun. Get some vitamin D. You don't even have to do anything while you're out there. Just get some sun. I know it's a pain to get up and go outside, but you're stronger than that feeling, okay? If you feel up for it, you can even go for a little walk, even just round the block. I went for one today. I was feeling kind of depressed today, and I just went out for a little walk in the sun, and I felt a whole lot better. You can have a nice hot shower, or make a meal for yourself, tell someone how much you appreciate them, or if nothing else, force yourself to smile. It really does work, dumb as it sounds. Whatever it is, just try to do one positive thing a day for me, okay? It'll make me so proud of you, and you'll feel good. And it'll piss your depression off too. It'll be shaking its fist at you in impotent rage, going, "Curse you!" It's okay if you can't manage it some days. I'm not going to be disappointed. But when you can, try and do one thing. Just one. You can do more if you feel like it, obviously, but try and do one. And write it down as well. Keep a journal, like a physical book or a text file document, doesn't matter. But write down those little things that you do. Then you can look back at them and see that even if they are little things, you've been getting stronger. You've been doing things. And hopefully you can feel proud of that. Just keep up the fight. Some days you won't feel up to fighting, and that's okay. Pick your battles. We're fighting a war here. You don't need to win every battle. You just need to win the war. So keep fighting. Stay strong. You are not alone, and you can beat this.